0.
Blast off.
Here we
Boom. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Artisan Depth podcast here for the second edition of the Vonstriga Art Parlor. Is that what y'all call it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool.
I was thinking we were going to call it the Julian and Mel special hour.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you know what?
Whatever.
Let's start over. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everybody, to the Mel and Julian special hour sponsored by Artisan Depth podcast.
Bye-bye.
It's good to be back. Good to be back there.
We got Stephanie Bass,
Hey, y'all.
Melmo Black,
Hi.
Julian Reyes the
Yo,
third.
Yo.
Get it right. And Jaron Hall,
Hello.
pedalboard extraordinaire.
Pedalboard.
Got those background noise.
Hit me.
What's up, guys? What y'all been up to? How was quarantine and shutdowns and good old pandemic been treating y'all?
I thought it was tight.
Yeah,
Really?
It
Yep.
was pretty good for me, too,
Well-
honestly.
Yeah, we got a couple months off work. That's crazy. I loved it.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go on tour, and so I'd save up a bunch of money, and then, of course, the tour got canceled, so I just was, like, straight chilling the whole time, living my life. I got off real lucky, because I was just not broke and got to just not, like, fuck off all the time. It's like
Did you
a
move
sweet
back?
little dream.
Did you move back before or after?
We
During
moved back right
at
at quarantine. We were like, ooh, let's get the fuck out of Houston real fast.
You guys timed that perfectly.
It was great.
Our lease was going to end in June or
No, it
July
was,
or whatever.
No, what?
It was still a few months, and we were
Yeah, it was
debating
June.
if we were
Okay.
staying in Houston or not, and that happened, and we just kind of made the decision.
Yeah, we were like,
easier for us.
goodbye.
We're going to sit this one out in Galveston
Yeah.
with our people. We don't know what's going to happen next.
That's one of the more positive ones I've heard because
Yeah, we got off way lucky.
It's because of haircuts.
yeah.
It's all because of haircuts. That's the only reason we were the most fortunate people there. If you don't know, everything that was essential was closed down, or everything that wasn't essential was closed down, and we fall in the category of cleanliness as most hair salons and barbershops. So when those hair salons and barbershops opened up, the whole tattoo community is like, we follow the standard.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is people came to see us for that stress relief, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was really fortunate for us to be able to make it through with that.
Yeah, I was talking about it like, man, the whole quarantine. I was like, y'all be ready because we're going to open up and we're all going to be fucking busy as shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it totally happened. Everybody was just waiting.
Yeah.
Like bug-eyed crackheads waiting.
Yeah.
When are you going to open tattoos?
As they can.
Tattoos.
I need to take this out on my thigh.
Totally, man.
For real, man. People were all hitting us all. I know everybody was getting hit up during quarantine. Hey, you working? Hey, make a house call? Hey, blah, blah. And I'm like, can I have a quarantine too?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Make a house call for me, please.
I'm like, I'm trying to chill.
Damn, a house call.
Man, people are bold. People are very bold.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we know you're not working, but... And I'm like, stop texting me.
Well, if you know I'm not
I don't know you.
Don't hit me up for work if you know I'm not working.
If I wanted to tattoo you, I would have already hit you up. If I wanted to pierce you, I would have already hit you up.
Yeah, I would be
Yeah.
like,
Guess what I'm
please,
doing? Chilling.
Yeah, riding my bike and day drinking.
Yeah.
At home by myself in my blankets.
Well, that's what Steph and I ended up doing. We had like total second vacation. We went and kicked it at my mom's, and shout out to Nicole Smith. I know she's probably gonna listen to this at some point. It's my mother.
Hey mom, we love you.
Hi, Mom.
Hey.
No, but we went up there and we were just hanging out, making art, playing video games, and chilling. It's like second, because I was thinking of it as what. Is this some crazy thing you wish happened when you were a kid where the entire country shuts down and I can't go to work because they told me not to, and they gave me a little bit of money to not go to work for a month,
Yeah.
So it was just like, all right, I'll take a summer vacation real
Yes.
quick.
Yeah.
It's like
That's what I'm
6 days
saying.
at
Pretty
home.
chill
I'm like,
for
oh,
us,
what? You mean
so.
I just get to, like, do whatever I want
Yeah.
every day?
I'm just saying, who has that memory of like watching Law and Order on the couch with like soup because you're so sick, and your mom's like, it's okay, and it's like Law and Order, Oprah, then fucking like Murray. How are these people
Dr.
still?
Phil.
Dr. Phil. Jerry Springer, may he rest. He's still alive. But
Wow,
may that show rest
you
in
almost
peace.
killed Jerry
Wow,
Springer.
man, did you
Whoa.
almost?
Come on now.
I'm sorry. Have you seen how many people been on that show? If he would have died, he would have died a long time ago
Yeah.
from somebody there.
Well, Jerry.
Oh my god.
Dude,
He's not going anywhere.
well, Jerry Springer's uncancelable. He was the first one just like pushing boundaries and he just didn't care like entirely. Sounds like somebody's shorting out. Y'all
I
hear
think
that?
it's me. I mean, I don't know
Is
if
it
it's
you?
me. I don't really know.
I don't
I
know.
can hear it too, and I think it's me because I can hear it.
I'll cut it out. Yeah. So I don't know. Like you can't really touch Jerry Springer because he really started a whole wave of like getting people hyped up and pissing people off, and like some people were actors, but some people were actually just like dumb. And they're like, hey, we could profit off stupid people on
You know what's the best is they invite themselves on the show. They don't have to. All they have to do is be like, all right, guys,
They know who
we're gonna
they
throw
are.
some letters on a board over here.
Mhm.
We'll grab this dart and throw it. I promise you, whatever we hit is going to be amazing. Because if you have the balls enough to write Jerry Springer, be like, my baby daddy's got 7 women
wanna
that he
be
sees
famous.
all the time.
Man,
You
Maury
don't
was
care
just
about
right
that.
up there too, and I feel like Maury used to be a different kind of talk show, and then turned into just, paternity tests.
and just tearing people apart. But sometimes he had the people on that were like afraid of things. Like
yeah.
he had this one episode where this guy was afraid of he's afraid of peaches. Like he's just like it's like this big guy, and he's like, I don't know, man, they're soft and they're fuzzy and the skin. And,
Sounds like
Golly.
he's
And then-
sexually frustrated.
Dude, bro, and like Mari's a hoe. He's like, you mean like this? And he puts them up on the screen, and the guy's like, oh shit, and he like runs out of the room.
You mean you're
and-
talking about these kind of peaches right here?
and I-
Audience
fruit?
starts throwing peaches at him. Everybody look under your seats.
Well,
you
Find
get a
basket
canned
of
peach.
peaches.
well, and I was thinking, I was like, bro, this guy might, clinically be autistic or something. And you guys are just dogging him with these peaches right now, like.
Ruined his life.
Yeah, like whenever they put it up on the screen and like Mari's laughing and the whole like
Psychological.
the
He's
whole
in the background, double horns.
right,
Like,
yeah, dude, he's like running backstage and cameraman's like following him like
At the same time,
they got a
you
peach
can-
on a stick.
You can see that's like his response to like, oh, you say you're afraid of peaches, you want to be in my show, so I guess I'm gonna show that you're afraid of peaches.
yeah.
Because it's
Can you
like,
survive 10
Have to
minutes in
prove
this
it.
box full of peaches?
Yeah.
Timer starts now.
Oh my god. So
Oh,
what?
dark.
so-
Welcome to hell.
welcome to
On
Peach
live
Hill.
TV.
Is this a new Fear Factor? We're just
Right.
going to start right now? Only if Joe Rogan comes back, though.
Hey,
I just want to say that.
Yeah, I'll be the new Joe Rogan.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean-
Joe Rogan too.
Right.
Joe
And all
Rogan.
the contestants just smoke DMT and you just.
Oh, just put him in a room with a bunch of color.
He's like, I'm gonna hit my bowl
Yeah.
and sit here and laugh while you eat cockroaches.
Everybody goes into an isolation tank.
I mean, what else do you do when you watch someone eat cockroaches?
Oh, you laugh your ass off. Like
No.
there's one episode where the
I
guy
don't
was
know,
like,
man.
he was like, I cut my lip on the roach. I'm like, you stupid motherfucker. Why are you eating roaches anyway?
So that means that roaches probably have the consistency of like what Fritos, I would say, if you're going to cut your lip on them.
Julian, I think
about
you should eat one.
Eat a roach? You act
I
like I haven't eaten a roach.
You know, actually, our cats are trained roach hunters. We'll call one to bring one in for you.
Look, I've eaten
It makes
crickets.
a crunch
we
sound
never have
when
to
you
deal with
squish
them. We
it.
just find their mutilated pieces of the
Just
corpse.
little pieces
Man,
of
nice little
Yeah.
hunters.
I've
yeah.
eaten scorpion. I've eaten mealworms. I've eaten crickets, and I've also had ants.
You got a catalog.
Yeah, I mean, I've eaten a lot of things in my life, and I'll try it at least once. And the things that I know that I won't try once, I will never do in my life.
Will you eat a monkey's fucking brain out of a skull?
Yeah.
If you were there in the culture,
Like, that is
Yeah.
a rich person delicacy right
Yeah, I
there.
hear that.
I would
man.
do it.
I love
Faces of
Indiana
Death.
Jones. I just want to do that so I can do that for Indiana Jones, bro. Just
I'd be like, okay. I mean, if we were here and there was a monkey skull and we were eating the brain on, I'd be like, why? But if we were,
I've had
Deep in
Rocky Mountain oysters. Honestly, those are good ones. Those are bull testicles.
Rocky Mountain oysters.
You ate bull balls?
Yes, yeah, they're like big and meaty.
Of course they are.
They have a texture similar to liver. Would be the easiest way I could describe it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Kinda soft.
Yeah, soft,
Yeah.
definitely.
Gross, kind of squish.
I love tripe. Honestly,
What is tripe?
tripe is going to be like the intestines,
Stomach,
stomach and intestines.
I thought it was a fish. Tripe sounds like a fish.
That's all I got. I mean,
Spotted tripe.
Yeah.
I mean, shark fin, shark soups.
Man, I lived here for
I
so
would
long
try
and I
sea
haven't
turtle.
even
I would try
eaten
sea
shark
turtle.
yet, and
Or
I think
turtle.
it's bullshit.
Where can you get
If anybody's
shark? Or can
listening
you
here
get
and it's
shark?
got
Yeah,
some
you can
shark,
fish shark
let's
up
get
easy, pretty
together
honestly.
and
Oh, okay,
eat
well,
it.
I got Derek will probably have some. Shout out to Derek.
Oh shit,
yeah.
Derek might have.
Derek
some.
definitely have it. He does fishing offshore and onshore here in
Oh,
Galveston.
cool. Well, yeah,
Cool
shout
ass
out to
dude.
Derek for sure.
Just Derek.
Yeah, we just, anyone who knows is gonna know his ass.
If your name's Derek, shout out to you.
Derek Billiot.
We fucking love Derek.
Love you, bro. Love you, buddy.
Is there did y'all have any because I noticed with especially working service industry with the with quarantine, I noticed whenever we reopened, when we first reopened, a lot of people were nice and very glad and thankful we were open. And then I noticed over time that people just kind of got back on their regular BS. Did y'all have any issues with people? Like did y'all have any crazy stories about people that happened over COVID?
Just a couple. I had to deal with this guy, and he calls the shop, and he's like straight coon ass from fucking Louisiana, like deep Louisiana. You can't tell what he's saying. He's just like, I'm trying to get a coon. And they're like, what the fuck is he saying? A coon. A coon. He's on the phone, and he's talking about a raccoon. We don't know what the fuck he's talking about, right?
Yeah, it sounds
so
like a
I'm
racial
already
slur,
like,
man.
fuck it. I'll do this fucking raccoon tattoo. Just tell him to come in. I already know I'm going to fucking hate him because he was being a fucking weird ass on the phone. So he gets there, and he's like heckling the front desk lady right away. Just like, maybe he comes in with no mask on, or maybe it's like around his chin, and he's like, I can't remember. He was heckling her, giving her a hard time.
Yeah, he was rude to our front desk lady because she was asking him to obey the laws that we were having.
And he was going to get this raccoon portrait in his fucking ditch. And I was
he
like,
also
fuck
didn't
you,
have his
dude.
ID.
All right, buckle up, motherfucker. I'm over you. I'm going to fucking nail in your shit. Because he got a bad attitude, okay? So then he has his girlfriend in there.
Wait, where did he want it?
In a ditch. Like the
Oh, the
opposite
elbow.
side of your elbow.
Yeah, the opposite.
He has
side of
little
the elbow.
sweet, soft meat.
Oh.
So,
The sweetest of
but
the
I was like,
sweetest.
fuck off. I don't know, Cajun people, man. Sometimes they're talking, and I don't know what the fuck they're saying. It's like they're French-Canadian to me. I don't know.
That's literally
Almost
just
as
fair.
if they are.
That does literally-
Yeah, but I can't. It's like they're from another country, right?
Almost as if
Just
Yeah,
Louisiana.
it's Louisiana.
Speak another
That's
language.
pretty Louisiana.
Hey, Louisiana.
But they're speaking
with an
English.
accent, right?
I hate it.
With an
Fucking
accent.
interesting. Yeah, it's great.
I hate their accents. I don't like it. I don't understand what they're saying.
I know, and I also understand that like the deeper from the Louisiana they are, the deeper and
It's
thicker
like
the
bo
accent
bag dee
is.
day
And
bo
honestly,
bite
if
me
you're
that
not
might
used
bite
to
that
that,
bo
Dakota.
bite. And I'm like, what the fuck are you saying, man?
go Joe Dirt.
Enunciate something. Anyway, so he's
Almost
just
like
like, Hassan. So they have to tell him, your lady can't stay here when you get tattooed, because we're trying to keep numbers down. And he totally throws a fit. She can't go stay out in the car. Look how pretty she is. She can't go wait in the car. Someone will get her or some shit. Throws a fit. Then anyway, they kick him out. But I wish I could remember like everything that he said, but I've been blocking that shit out because he was just a dumb idiot redneck piece of shit motherfucker. I don't like him.
Didn't Kevin
No
get threatened
commas.
by one dude because he
I wasn't there that day.
Okay, so I was there that day. So there was the crazy experience I remember was this guy comes in with this lady, and this is before I got to work, and he's demanding to get a tattoo, this and that, but he doesn't have an ID. He's like, I got my county jail like statement ID or whatever, and we're like, that's
nice.
we can't use that. Like honestly, no, that's not what we're gonna do. Starts becoming a total asshole. Kevin, one of our artists, comes to look at it and stuff, and he threatens to fight Kevin, like get into a fight with him and all that. And then I get to work, and he comes back with his girlfriend. His girlfriend ends up getting pierced by me. But the biggest thing that bothered me about that is, well, first of all, dude was rude. Second of all, threatened to fight one of our artists. And
That's
third of
crazy.
all, thought he'd come back and get some work done. If I had known that had happened beforehand, I'd be like, nah, I don't, like, that's cool, lady, but your dude's an asshole, and I'm not going to work on you because I don't want him in here. Like, it's...
Yeah.
People have...
It's ballsy to come back.
Yeah, it's an adult. It's ballsy, disrespectful, and like, how horrible do you have to be? Like, honestly,
Just
you
like
think about it.
careless, just complete disregard of the people that are serving you.
I'm just also like, think about this. I mean, everyone worries about a waiter spitting in your food, right? What do you think a tattoo artist is going to do if he's pissed at you?
Spit in your wound to give you staph, motherfucker.
Nah, just going to jab the shit out of you. Maybe not even, but they'll make sure you remember getting the process done. A lot of artists respect what they're going to do. They're not going to outwardly fucking hurt you.
Yeah, but
They'll
nobody wants
just
to
tell you
work with
no.
a fucking...
Because they're going to spend
asshole like
like
that.
what, the next hour doing a tattoo on that person. I don't want to spend an hour with you if I don't like you.
You're definitely hanging out with them for a little bit. Oh, man.
Man, people just come in with some of the strangest ideas. We're not Starbucks. I think I've
Yeah.
said this before. We're not going to just remake you your cappuccino.
Hey, bro, you sure you can't pierce me at 165 degrees?
No, come on.
Come on, bro.
Just do it the way I want to do it. It's cool. I want the snake eyes on my tongue. I'm like, nah, man, I don't do that. My favorite is always the officer who called to get his daughter's ears pierced. And he's like, I'm like, getting a birth certificate and some sort of school ID. And he's all like, well, I'm a cop. I'm like, that's cool. I got to follow the law. You know what that's like, right?
Boom.
So there's this cop that's been coming to get tattooed by me, and he is a big fucking twat about wearing the mask. He told me straight up. Okay, first off, he showed me a picture of a dead body, which he should not have done. Okay, second
It's
off,
like illegal.
I know.
When is he
I
dead
know,
body?
and I'm like, why are you so comfortable? Anyway,
Yeah.
I love that conversation starter. When is he dead
he
body?
never wants to wear a mask, and he was straight up like, we're not going to enforce it. We're not enforcing it.
Okay.
The mask wearing. Like, he's
Yeah.
like, we're not ticketing anyone. We're not going to enforce it. And I was just like, yeah. Please put your mask over your nose while you're in the building. I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
I
flexing
know,
on this
I'm
guy
doing
because I'm
my
like,
job.
why? Like, I don't care. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt, you're a cop. I'm trying to
Especially
have
as
this
a
be
cop.
chill, and I'm not trying to argue with you.
Doesn't apply to them. Rules don't apply.
They don't apply.
Well, especially as a cop, that's just like crazy inconsiderate, and also just like
He was the first time I tattooed him. He was on leave, or not on leave. He was suspended
Suspended.
because he got drunk as fuck at his house and was moving his guns, his SWAT gear, his SWAT guns to a safe in his room and dropped one, and it went the fuck off. And his neighbors called the cops on him, and so he got suspended because it was riot gear, or because it was his SWAT gear.
oh my goodness.
So he had been on suspension for like 4 months. He's like, the more cops that get in trouble, the further down the list I get pushed back. So apparently a shit ton of people were just getting in trouble.
How
Which
sad
makes
is that? It's
sense.
a
This has
play.
been a spicy year. They need to be getting in trouble.
Yeah, no.
Accountability, man.
How horrible is that? It's like, as long as I don't do as bad as everybody else that I expect everyone else to do bad in, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
It's like everyone else is going to do horrible. I'll just be fine. I'm middle of the pack. It's all right.
Oh geez. You know, I'm actually glad you said something about that though, because you know I was wondering why. You know, I've heard of places here and there getting popped or ticketed, but not nearly as much as I thought, because I hear more about people getting parking tickets than getting COVID fines.
Fucking trash. We don't pay any of ours. Fuck you, the man.
Oh yeah.
The parking ticket's not the COVID fines because we
Yeah.
don't get COVID fines here.
Yeah.
No, we don't get COVID fines. Nah, man. It ain't hard to be respectful. It ain't hard to wear a mask. It's actually just like nothing.
Yeah.
I gotta.
I'm finally glad that
it's
it's like a becoming routine to remember to grab one.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes we'll make it to the car and I'm like, oh shit, I don't have a
always
mask.
Have, like maybe a couple like in different places. Like,
I don't want to be that.
You
asshole.
got to stash them.
I just don't want to be that asshole. Like, even at the very least, I like try and put my shirt over my face, even if I'm going somewhere. But even then, I feel like an asshole when I do that. So it's just like, I don't know. I've both my parents got sick.
Yeah.
Both of them got sick, and I was fortunate enough to get tested and not be sick when they got theirs, which goes to prove if you keep a good distance and you wear a mask and you make sure you follow your cue. It's not that hard to just do, honestly. And like, these are my parents. I see them like every day. They live next door to me. I go make sure my mom's doing all right and stuff like that. So I was within a distance that if I wasn't careful, there is a good likelihood that I would have caught it.
Yeah.
And my parents definitely had the worst of it because they're older. Dad's about 60, mom's about 55. Both of them bedridden for about 3 or 4 days.
Oh, yeah.
Easily. Dad lost a lot of weight, kind of stuff. But thank God, they were the lucky ones.
Yeah.
No long-lasting effects. Made it through all right. I mean, I've heard of a friend of mine getting celiac because they got COVID and were like locked down for 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, like they developed celiac because of it.
Because of it. It's not good. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah, yeah.
celiac?
It's,
Right? You can't eat wheat or gluten.
Yeah, it's basically to where like your immune system like is, or not your immune system, your gut,
Your
it's
intestines.
very easily inflamed, and because gluten is already
tears up the lining.
it already not like inflames us. You can honestly see the difference if you just don't eat gluten for a few days. You'll notice a little bit of a reduction in bloating or maybe even the inflammation.
Oh, shit.
I at least for one do, and like I think it's a common thing that like we are all naturally like it all kind of affects us differently, but like some people it's more extreme, kind of like dairy. But with celiac, it's literally a matter of if you have gluten, it can inflame so much that it'll like attack your own body in a way.
Yeah.
Because your white blood cells just go crazy. They're like, what the fuck is going on? And so they attack everything that they can come in contact with, trying to fix everything.
Yeah.
And the most unfortunate part is like this person is like an incredibly skilled
Amazing.
pastry chef.
She's
She
amazing.
is so amazing. She's so talented.
Is it
Emily?
Yes.
Yeah, Emily.
Oh,
Emily?
she came into the shop recently and got tattooed.
She is.
And I got to chat with
Oh,
her.
she's
that's
testing her.
awesome.
No, she's also like the cool thing is she came to get tattooed just specifically to see if any other allergies have developed, which is really smart. So
She got like a
Yes.
splotch test.
she got a
Yes.
splotch test with the inks that we have there. So she's gonna, because she has very pale skin, she could do some really great work on her. But most important is, especially after having like a change like that happen to your body chemistry, who
Yeah,
can
you have to be
imagine what
careful.
dies? I mean, red dye especially. What red dye is like
Yes.
has a high metal, I think, in it. Or
Aren't,
do you
like-
remember what it is that makes it that people are allergic to the red dye more than anything else?
They're not
No,
using-
but
Is it similar to the
that's
red dye
true.
40 thing?
Hmm?
Is it similar to the red dye 40 thing?
I don't know. I know that it's like typically people who have other allergies like iodine and stuff like that. It will be the
Something
red
they
pigment.
put into the pigment that does it. You know, like
Interesting.
if you've ever done, I just
There's some
recently watched
purples too, some like darker.
a documentary, and they talk about how they make new pigments or how pigments were made in the past, and how much some of it was like. There was a pigment that used mummified bodies, like from Egypt, to be able to get. I think it was like a red.
I loved that.
And
I
like
loved just hearing that.
the metals, some mercuries, different things like that. Like when they were doing oil paintings, not even just tattoos, but like
Fucking mummies, man.
yeah, like the Egyptian apparently, I forget, and I might get checked on this, but I remember there being like back in like the 40s, 50s, 60s, all the time when no one really regulated selling anything or anything like that. Like you could just buy a mummy. Hey, I want a mummy, or I want a monkey's paw, or I want whatever. You just go to Cairo and they're
Well, yeah,
like thieves just
yeah.
stealing shit and be like, hey, you want to buy this Egyptian like plate that I've got? Like $5 or whatever, you know? Because they don't care. It's just laying around on the ground.
Well, there was also entrepreneurs that would go around and like clean up dead bodies, like dead slaves and shit, and like sell shit off of them or body parts or
Fucking wild, man.
or like bones or whatever. Like yeah, I mean like it was because you know no one's really regulating that. You kind of do whatever you want with a dead
I mean,
body.
the
but-
battlefields back during the Civil War, man, like people were going around stealing people's teeth.
Oh yeah.
That's when
Yeah, for
actually
like replacements and stuff.
well, yeah, that's also actually when the when mortuaries and like what's the place where you go to get like the graves and stuff, morticians and stuff. That's when they became popular
actually
because the big
funeral like
Yeah.
practices and services.
so embalming became really popular during that time because embalming would allow the body to last to get to the relatives from wherever they were from. So they became real big
Yeah,
practice.
they were
It's
at
like
that
a really
time.
big like religious component to like be able to like see, the body and like have the body present during the funeral services.
They used to just be stuffing people with hay.
Yeah, that was
and
the
they were throwing them
beginning.
on trains and just like
Just
shipping
became
them back.
unsanitary.
And
And
they
they
get
were
back
like
and be all
all
However,
fucked up and rotten,
y'all
and the
know
train
how-
owners were like not happy about it.
Yeah, they're like, no, this is horrible. It's dripping
can't keep
everywhere.
Y'all know how basically that practice after the Civil War almost died out, except there were these brothers who had made like an entire family business out of being morticians for the Civil War.
Yeah.
And
So-
the war ended, and
Yeah,
what do we
so-
do now?
Rather than like, you know, give out and whatever, the practice of actually like sending the body away to be embalmed rather than what the previous practice was to do it at home. They would go to places and be like, hey, let's take the body or, the uncle, grandpa, whoever it was, the past. And they'd say, we'll make him safe for you to, say goodbye or bury. But the entire thing about that, and when I say safe, I don't mean like in a specific tense. I'm really just saying how like the selling point was to like they'll dress it up for them, they'll do it so that they don't have to. They were saying that they had more sanitary ways to do it, which may have been true. However, if the uncle or whoever, like say whoever passed on had already been living in that house, if you're gonna say you made the body safe, but it's like when they were living, they were still in contact with them. And when they died, they were still in contact with them. And you're saying you want to come pick them up to make them safe when, like, what was the difference before?
Yeah, maybe less decomposition.
Well,
maybe.
because normally they would, like, get the body, let everyone say goodbye and, all right, let's just bury it. But they needed to keep their business alive of people paying them
Preserving
to
it.
prepare and preserve the bodies for them. Because
Which
they
like
needed...
now there's the component of people traveling to come see the corpse too, like
Yeah.
people who and families are spread apart and people want to come see it. But still, but is it entirely necessary? Like, do you have to have an open casket service? Like,
Yeah.
who really needs that open casket? I wouldn't want that for myself. I don't want people looking at my body.
And you don't really look the same.
Yeah, nobody.
You look
don't.
And they,
a-
like,
you look
I don't
like
want
a-
that.
Sew
for my
your mouth
parents.
shut.
They don't
Weird
want that.
clone of you,
Yeah.
like a B version.
Like,
Side Jaron, side
bury
B.
or cremate me.
Like a feed.
Everybody taking bathroom breaks. Welcome.
As long as we can come back to the cremations.
Oh, you just missed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Talk about how I want to be taken care of when I'm dead. That's like that. Like, go on. Like, I want to be. I want to be.
Press my ashes into vinyl record.
Oh yes. I want.
That's badass.
I'd prefer a little crystal, and the rest of me blown out of a firework up into the sky.
Nice.
I'm just saying, I don't have kids to worry about. I don't got anyone for me at home. My
Well-
dog gets fed and walked. I'm happy.
Well, so how has that been for the quarantine, man? Did you like settle into it easier because you already have like an independent lifestyle?
Simple. It was simple for me, and I mean, honestly, there were a couple speakeasies I knew about. So
Yeah.
I mean, there was a little socialism, or socializing, not socialism. Sorry.
It was like a
Let
little
me
socialism.
correct that real quick before I get yelled at.
Just a little bit of socialism.
It was a little bit social, sharing everything. I mean, for me, it was simple. It was I got to pick up on a couple hobbies and where to play around with. I didn't have to worry about disappointing anyone and not just going around. But I mean, I also had to take care of my folks, so it's not like I was completely on that. But it worked out well. Everything worked out fine. I actually met someone really cool over COVID too. So that was kind of interesting as well.
Mhm.
Like it just the mix that. I think a lot of people got out there and started just like using other means to socialize, be it like Tinder or going to like blog post or whatever, you know. It just came out. Socializing.
Oh my god, these days.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to practice some socialism?
all these holes belong to everyone.
You want to share?
Horrible, guys. I'm a good Catholic follower here. I'm saving my stuff for marriage. I'm obviously a virgin.
Of course.
Oh, of course. Just look at me. Look at me.
Jesus.
But of course.
The only thing I'm filled with is Jesus. That sounds horrible.
That's a good
Jesus
T-shirt.
filled me up.
Yeah. I am filled with nothing but Jesus.
Jesus has filled me to overflow.
If I was a donut, I'd be Jesus filled.
Talk about the Holy Spirit.
Ooh, a holy jelly.
It's a jelly donut there.
Hey, Holy
The
Jelly is a good
Holy
band.
Jelly.
That's a good band name.
Yikes.
I listened to the Holy Jelly.
Holy Jelly.
Hey, they'd open up for
They a
King
math rock
King
band?
Izzard.
Holy Jelly would open up for King Gizzard.
Yeah.
I would see them if they opened up for King Gizzard.
I mean, they'd probably be tight.
I'd be like,
Like,
oh, awesome.
I mean,
Well, and
Hell
then
yeah.
and then they both have band dramas, and then they merge, and then it's King Izzard and the Holy Jelly. Lizard Wizard.
Oh.
I like the way
everything
that's
you
grown.
thought you knew.
It'd be like King
Forget about
Gizzard
it,
and the
'cause
Holy
it's not real.
Jelly.
Nothing is
Blow.
real.
Lizard
This is the new reality
Wizard.
now.
The Holy Jelly Lizard Wizard.
Holy
Wow.
Wizards of the Jelly.
The
Gross.
the Holy Lizard Jelly Wizard.
Ooh.
Can we make this a shirt at least? I think this is a shirt.
Broke my brain.
Now we have to start a band called Holy Jelly.
The Holy
Hey
Jelly.
man, I've always wanted to play harmonica. Just saying.
Get harmonica. Did you buy some?
I have a couple, yeah. I'm trying to learn.
Julian, bring them to the shop.
Bust them out. You got them on
You
you,
bring
right?
your harmonicas,
You got 'em on
and I'll
you?
bring my
No, no,
harmonicas.
You didn't bring your
No.
harmonicas to the podcast.
No, I didn't think about
Oh,
it.
I almost brought some stuff. I was like, I should bring some meditation bells and a kazoo.
Oh yeah, because we could do another rendition on the.
I don't think my mic's on. Am I on?
Yeah, you're on.
Can't hear me.
When's the last time you used the sledgehammer?
In real life?
And
Yeah,
what kind?
in real life?
Like
Anything-
last
just
time I used an
you-
actual sledgehammer,
Yeah,
like
last
hit
time you
something with a sledgehammer.
I don't know.
It's probably like 13.
13?
Yeah. Well, there was
No idea.
I got mad at Triple H when I was watching wrestling for some reason when I was a kid, and my dad had a sledgehammer. I took my Triple H action figure outside and hit it with a sledgehammer because the
Wow.
sledgehammer was his like weapon in the storyline, and so I just like hit him with the sledgehammer and like asked him how it felt or something. I don't know.
Adorable.
I know it's super cute, and my parents are so supportive because any other parent would probably throw their kid in some type of psych ward. It's like, why does that 13-year-old have a sledgehammer?
Is that when Triple H went bad? I think
Huh?
is that what it
He's
is?
always bad.
No, but he went, NWA, I think was what it was. That when he did the switch from like Super and like Hulk Hogan did that switch.
No. There was NWO. His group was
NWA,
his group was DX, where they would tell everybody to suck it.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah,
that whole
and
thing.
they would do the X's with the fireworks.
Stupid,
Yeah.
Remember that was the thing you'd do all the time, like in high school, middle school. Suck it.
You suck. Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
gonna jump off the side. Suck it. Walking around the hallway. Suck it. Jesus, bro.
So dumb. So dumb.
So when we when everybody took their pee break, we were slightly talking about the Third Island Festival, which I don't think we've ever talked about on here. We may have in the old episodes. By the way, everybody go check out the old. I think it's like we were episode like 34, 35, something like that. It was some delicious ice ASMR for you guys.
You just jiggle out.
Hear the
Mic in there.
hear the crunches.
It's so cold.
Yeah, just get them
Okay,
one.
I'm done.
Just get them one at a time.
Here, give me some too.
Oh,
Since we're
Jesus.
doing the ice portion of the episode.
Make sure to get the.
For those that don't know, Third Island Festival is a who threw that officially? Is that just you, Mel, or is
Yeah, it was me and Lauren Eddie.
Okay?
And Charles and Jaron, but it was kind of just me and Lauren starting it off.
And everybody in that group is Artisan Depth veterans here. Everybody's been on. It's a really awesome festival, like Psych Rock Festival, amongst other things. It's a great music festival. There's live art. I did a painting out there 2 years ago. But like last year was really successful, you were saying?
Last year was the most successful. Really proud of it. It makes it all kind of worth it when you're... I feel like I stress the most because I don't know... I'm so fresh in it, I don't know how to delegate yet, I feel like this next time I kind of... Every year we do it, I've gotten better and better at it, but it's like you start doing stuff and you kind of snowball carrying the fucking torch because you don't know how to delegate what you need done. You just do it, But I think I'm getting better.
Well,
I feel like because like last year there was a bunch of people who wanted to help volunteer, and I just didn't know necessarily like how to be like, oh, okay, here, you do this. Have you ever done this before? This is how you do it. It was more like, I don't know how to tell you how to do this. Now I think I can totally do it.
Yeah.
Which is good because I need the help. Because I get stressed just because it's, you want everything to go smooth and everybody to have fun and it be successful.
So can I want to pose a question real quick. So how different is it since the first time you did it to the last time you
Well,
did
they only
it?
done it twice. It went from pretty good to much better than that, but not, nothing's perfect.
A little more stressful
really
the first
great.
time, but it went really smoothly the second year.
Yeah,
we
the
did
second
2
year was
days as
great.
opposed to one, and it actually
Yeah, we did the
we
2
were able to
days.
delegate some things.
I had more bands, but it ended up just being really great. People really loved it. People were like coming up to me. They're like, somebody called me and told me I had to come. And they were like sending me photos. So I just left my house and came. And I'm so moved because some people, even like the Liquid Light Show, like people haven't experienced that with the music and the environment. And it's like this whole immersive kind of art thing. It's like, psychedelia to me is like it's like everything. You hear it, you can touch it. It's like this. I want it to be like this
Kinda becomes
whole
this whole
experience, a whole
environment
sensory
of this whole
experience.
thing,
It's
Yeah.
visual. You can see it.
Space.
There's colors. There's lights. Everything's changing. That's what I want the event to be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some bigger art installments. That's always. With every year, the first year was like it was fucking hard as shit to get vendors. It was hard as fuck to do anything. It was even hard to get a fucking food truck. And then the second year, it was like, oh no, okay, cool, got the food. I got a vendor list from the guys who do the La Escalera Surf Rider competition.
Oh yeah, the coons.
Yeah, and you just hit people up, and then they're taking a chance too. It's a gamble, but I we have everybody, all the vendors, keep 100% of the profit. We don't want, I don't want anything. I don't want any money from anybody. It's not really what I'm doing it for. It's just like, let's do this cool thing.
Yeah.
Like let's come out together and like party and have fun and just like sharing this part of this culture that I really love with like everybody and like trying really hard because that's the kind of shit that I like.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, pretty great for like how it worked out for like
Blaine
Blaine.
and
like
AC.
them to like
Yeah,
come out
shout
and,
out,
like, hit it,
Noodle Illegal.
do it, yeah.
Yeah,
What
and
a bitch.
even the vendors, everybody's taking a chance not knowing because it's only the second year, and I didn't record any documentation of vendor sales or take a lot of photo or video of the first year like a dumb idiot. So second year, people are asking me, oh, do you have, like what was it like? Send me some stuff, and I'm like, I don't really have it because I didn't think about that the whole time. I was just trying to make sure things were running on time and also try to have fun. Mm-hmm. So then this last year we took a bunch of video, a bunch of photos, talked to everybody, and they, the vendors gambled on it, and they came out really successful. It was really fruitful, I think, for everyone, and
That's
they're
really awesome.
having fun. Everybody. It's just like a happy kind of event. Nobody's over there being pissed or feeling away. It's like, oh no, we're all here to have a good ass time.
Well, and it's a great spot because one it definitely benefits the local brewery. Shout out to Galveston Island Brewery, but they already have a cool setup with that outdoor pavilion with the kids and everything. So you like with the playground. So, you can even have kids come out to what you're doing and they can go out and be entertained and do their thing. It's in a fenced-in area.
Oh yeah, family friendly. That's a big thing to me. I want it to be. I always want it to be free if I can. Be a free event and open to everybody.
Yeah.
So the brewery last year they made a special beer for it. Even how the first year being significantly smaller, they loved it. Everybody who's involved just really enjoys it. And
was that the first year in 2018?
Uh-huh.
Oh, sweet. So, cool. I painted at the first one.
Yes, that was the first one. Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize. Okay, I was part of history then.
Right?
That makes it more special.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, like really well for like never having done that whole thing ourselves before. Figuring it all out.
So the brewery, they made a special beer, Third Island Haze, for the event, and it was just insane. But even the first night, they sold like $1,000 just in that beer. Just now that, and everybody was chilling on everything. Everybody was partying, drinking everything and stuff. So I was like, fuck yeah, this is crazy. So they hit me up fairly recently and they want to can it. And they're going to use the artwork from the flyer. What's the name of the artist?
Fandy Darisman,
yeah,
I believe is his name. We found him on Instagram from like doing other artists like work, other bands'
Sweet.
work, and he's in Indonesia.
Really cool. His art's really cool, and he's kind of like in this psych culture, which is really cool because he's so far away.
He's super cool.
And it's like I want to meet him.
Just kind of talked, over Instagram a little bit.
But they want to use that for the can, and Sade over at the brewery had reached out to me and talked to me about it, and I was just like, damn. Just kind of like, that's fucking tight,
Yeah, it's like something you made's getting put on a beer.
And it's just
with
bigger.
Beer.
It's bigger. It's just like, even though it's small and low key, it's still like, it's bigger. It's like, it's a thing to other people too, Like, they're not sweating over it, but it's oh cool, we're gonna make this beer and we're gonna can it now because it was really successful, and we really support you guys and we want to be involved, and let's talk about next year's Third Island and And I'm like, this is great. It's exciting to come together with people who are excited about it,
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm definitely looking forward to the next one, especially any concert in general, but definitely like those little get-togethers like that, because like we were talking about earlier. Downtown specifically had a bunch of different little shows going on all the time. But it was cool having like the big like mecca type shows kind of like that where you see all the regulars at the shows, but like a lot of other people you don't see. Yeah. But you still see around. Or things like what was like another one? I'd see a lot of people whenever they do shows at Bubba's, like at the old Bubba's. But what is it? Weirdly enough, we went to one of those Culture Clash things, like those big mixer things, like
was
they
it
throw.
Cool? I've never been.
The bash thing. Well, the one we went to wasn't bad. We saw.
Was there music there?
Yeah, they had like Dim Roots and a bunch of guys.
Okay, it's ringing a bell.
I haven't gone to any of their actual things. But I've like seen their magazines. We get their magazine actually in the shop.
Yeah, I've been in it a couple times.
Well, it's been interesting, like to check it out. But I'm not sure how.
It has a lot of potential. It's got an interesting approach. Just honestly, I know the person that owns it. Like Janice is cool, but the magazine itself has it has an interesting approach. It has a lot of potential. I'll see what they're doing. They're trying to do it like for free thinkers, but a lot of the stuff is like really forward. And my biggest complaint was the lack of editing, just the typos and the grammar, and like and the excessive use of like swear words sometimes. Like
if you're not like going back and reading what you've done and letting it go, that means you've only checked it out once. If you're gonna publish, like if you're gonna put something immortalized, at least read it twice.
Man,
like this for anything in general. Like if this is going to be the rest of like the written word, the printed word, and anything put on the internet now is constantly is now out there immortalized.
I got interviewed for the zine one time for Wake the Zine.
Uh-huh.
It was like my first ever interview, and it was with Natalie Villarreal, and she's so tight, and we are such tight homies. And of course, we're like drinking during the interview, and she quoted me word for word. So the magazine comes out, and it's like is
every and
is
like
every and and like
you know
it's so much.
She typed it out.
Yeah, I'm just like, dang man, like I talk like that, but no.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Does it translate as well on print? I don't know. I think it only really works when you can listen to it.
I have a couple of the old ones because our old roommate used to work for culture class. So when KDP was here.
Oh yeah.
So, but I was
I forget she lived here.
But I was reading through because there's one that has like a spread on me that she did, but like you know my last name is like misspelled like twice, which is fine because I'm used to my name getting misspelled. But I'm just like, but it's like a missing letter. You know, it may HANY. Like
that's what people usually do.
Yeah, Miney. You know, they speed it up, but you know I'm just looking through in there. But there's one story in there that's like it's like this woman talking about like gender equality rights. And she's like word for word typing. I think it's fucking ridiculous that they can't fucking see that we fucking need needs too. And then it's like F, just like dropping them. And I'm just like, why did y'all put this in here? Like she just went on a rant. Yeah, I was like, you know, like written, you know, like whenever you're getting into any kind of literature of some kind or some type of typed word, like you gotta clean it up a little bit.
There's a difference between spoken and written word, man. The thing
the
about written
structures.
word, you get to decide what's put out there.
Yeah,
you know, like that's the biggest thing. Is like,
not everything translates. Like you can, you know, you ever like read a text and you're pissed off, and all of a sudden you're getting more pissed off, but they didn't mean that. They were just like.
Context,
whatever.
Man. Context.
And
context.
you lose
Very important.
it, so it's like you have to
like there's
shape it a little bit.
Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially in English.
Oh yeah.
Context is very important.
It's like we talk a lot about like innuendos and puns and things like that. I think that's really awesome too. Like I love the English language and a lot of the innuendos that happen throughout the English language. The nuances of conversations and talks are really cool. And sometimes that needs to be recorded. Other times, you know, it's like most people who were getting their portraits painted back in the 1800s, 1700s would go to artists that would make the people look like themselves, but like the best of themselves. It's like the difference between taking a downward angle selfie and an upward angle selfie.
Yeah.
It's like, I want that upward angle selfie artist to always paint me, you know? Napoleon, anytime he was painting on top of something that was high standing or a horse to make him look bigger because he's already short. That was an artist's interpretation. Made a reason.
But he kept it realistic, but he's on something.
Yeah, he just looks a little taller. Like, if you've seen most of his paintings, that's how it is, man. Forced perspective. I think that's actually a really important thing to think about is even magicians. Yeah, can't fight. Magicians, man, one of the biggest things they rely on is forced perspective. You get to see exactly what is it they're showing. And I think that goes back and forth between anything nowadays. Forced perspective, be it magic, be it media, be it anything else, you're forced into this position. And it's not only until you can see around that you're going to really get all the nuances and differences and things that are going crazy in that one specific situation. Hard to deal with. It's like, shit, I should have looked up.
Oh, right. So y'all were saying over the was that with India Tigers, y'all played a show over quarantine?
Yeah, we did a live stream show.
A few different live.
Yeah, did like the show on the roof.
We recorded a show for Tales of Eel River. It was like an online music festival.
It's like a bunch of different bands over the weekend recording their own like live stream performances, and then it was all getting like live streamed over a weekend. And we like kind of last minute were able to do one on top of the National Hotel Artist Lofts, like up on top of the roof with a couple of our phones and a drone. So we got some really good downtown like Galveston, building footage, which looks really nice.
Had a bubble machine up there.
Yeah,
we brought a bubble machine up and kind of edited it in a way that like we made a cool looking, little like made Galveston look really pretty and
it was pretty crazy though. Like we didn't know where we were gonna film it, and we had crazy fucking ideas. We're like, and it was like 2 days before we had to do. We're like, the Alyssa, let's go. Yeah. Who do we have to tell?
We were gonna just like record like a phone video of us playing in our practice space, and then the buddy who like hit us up to record a set for it was like, hey, no pressure or anything, but some of the bands are doing like kind of cool things. Like one band did something in a graveyard, and somebody did something in like Golden Gate Park with like that in the background, and like they're like, if there's anything cool in Galveston, we're like, what looks like Galveston?
I don't even remember.
So the Alyssa was like one idea.
We had crazy, really outrageous ideas, of course. You know, we're just like, oh yeah, let's fucking, let's. I can't remember the other places. And it was like the roof of the lofts.
Yeah.
And we didn't expect
that we'd
that
never
was
be able
gonna
to
a
actually do
thing.
it.
We were just excited, and then Becky was like, okay, let me talk to Artspace, right?
Yeah.
We're like,
And
what?
they liked the idea. And
She made us sign waivers though, and we had to cram all the amps up this little fucking hole in the ceiling, and that was
a
crazy.
small ladder that we carried like all of Dex's sound equipment up, like, and we
Some
tried to
of
get
the
the
stuff was too
sub
big to
didn't
fit up
fit.
there,
We
too.
couldn't fit the sub.
Oh, because you had to go everything through the hatch.
It's like a little like attic style ladder.
Yeah.
Little like narrow hatch.
Yeah, whenever
It's insane that we got anything else up there.
Yeah, Surrender took us to the top of that building, that old school building, the old Ball High down there on
Nice.
like 21st.
I haven't got to go in yet. And
Yeah.
you know, Evan keeps inviting, and he's always like, I'll take you in.
Yeah, we should go.
Yeah,
We should go in there.
we went in there and we climbed all the way up, and but like the thing that sketches me out though is there's a bunch of like ceiling material busted out all over the floor, and I don't know if it's got asbestos in it or not.
Right, probably.
So like you kind of avoid that with the shirt over, like
Another reason to wear a
in there.
mask.
Yeah. I mean, we have to wear a mask now, but but going up there to that roof is crazy because you can see all like like the weatherproofing on the top, and like there's like really high like everything's just gargantuan up there, like like all the little steps and everything, like everything's like like 7 feet, and I gotta like hop up there, and
Man,
if you're jumping down, it's a good little drop. Like
coolest abandoned
Dang.
building I've ever been in was the old aquarium that was here in Galveston.
Jelly.
No, sorry, the water park. It was a water park aquarium that was past the batting cages and golf course.
Okay.
And you
I've
can
seen
walk down
photographs of it.
and go over a little bridge where they have like ditch water or whatever else, and then you can crawl in there. And this is like after it already been closed down. Everything's graffitied up. I could walk into like the main pool lobby where they would let the animals swim around in the pool, and they had like the whole stage up there. And it was like the creepiest thing, and still like so. I still have old pictures of this. This is back in high school.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many orbs I've counted in some of these pictures, bro. It's pretty crazy, honestly.
pretty
Man, I would
sketchy.
have loved to gone and fucked around over there, man. I've looked at pictures of it. Old Galveston is like so tight to me, and it's gone through so many changes. And
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
Like I learned recently about the mall that used to be over by Target or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Remember
like
that?
that was
There's a
way
flea
before
market,
my
too.
time. So, and I've only ever known it as it is right now. So it's like, what?
I mean,
Yeah.
It was a mall.
I think one of the most unchanged, coolest things in Galveston are the cemeteries.
Yeah.
Cemetery on Broadway, amazing, especially when those yellow daisies are coming out.
Yeah,
man,
the spring.
My mom lives right over there, and my sister got some pictures of some big ass coyotes in the graveyard the other day, and it's so cool because it's like graves and then giant ass coyote.
Big
and I'm
ass
like, "Damn,
dogs."
man. And then she took it from the car too. She got a nice camera though, but I was like, this is beautiful.
Well, which is crazy is like those coyotes are just running around these neighborhoods too.
Yeah,
I had to
apparently
check out two the other day
they're
in my house.
a protected species because they have red wolf in them.
Yep.
So cool.
That's
and
why
I'm like,
they're-
no wonder they're so big.
That's why some of them are super big, like especially if you go out on the west end with those little grasslands and stuff. Like some of those got like some of those out there. Those dogs are like 8-9 years old, and they're just huge,
Jacked.
old, ripped. Like
Yeah.
wolves.
They're basically
The Wolverine,
wolves,
but it's the
Yeah.
coyote.
Yeah, you got like those like mother wolves that have had like 16 packs of puppies and just.
Like my folks live out like around 71st Street, like up down that way, and like so they make sure their cat, who's like indoor outdoor, like they always every night like bring her inside because they've had like neighbors and people are in that area, like their pets will just
Good.
I live right off.
get eaten by coyotes. They're out there.
Probably
Man,
got some
I've
city
never-
cats that stay
I've
inside.
never even seen any, and I'm like, but kind of bummed because I've seen people posting about them, taking pictures, and I haven't seen any of them. I saw some a buddy of ours posted some photos of some by UTMB that were fucking big as fuck too. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck that, they're just right close to you.
Mm-hmm.
They're big.
I live right over by the
Like-
Galveston Brewery, and 2 coyotes one night. Like my whole street, I have a bunch of dogs on my street. I'm on a dead end street as well, and my whole street just lights up with barks.
Yeah.
Everything is barking, everything. And I go to look out, and I see 2 coyotes about at least my waist high. I'm like 5'10", so my waist is like a good 3 feet up there. Just walking across the street, looking around, making sure everything is good. I'm just like 3 a.m, and like I'm within city limits for the most part. But I'm right over there by the airfields. I mean, there's
Yeah.
that big space they can go walk around and run and stuff.
See, I'm curious where they all live, especially if my sister has seen them over by the cemetery and they're over by UTMB.
Yeah.
And I'm like
Like where there's a den
where
and
do they
stuff.
hide all the time?
I mean, under some houses, man. I think honestly. under
I
a
guess there's
couple
a lot of
houses.
Abandoned house or inside. I mean, like
Yeah, they
this.
found,
You,
like,
you
a
got
lot
you guys
of
heard all the cat
houses.
fights next door. We have an abandoned house next to this red house right here, and there's litters
Really?
of cats.
I was actually really
I mean-
admiring it when we pulled up because I was like, that place looks spooky as fuck.
It's like the monster house because
Nice.
it's like nobody's there. Like the little AC unit is all rusted out. It's like tilted from all the water,
Ooh,
you know,
dang.
moving it. You know, it's old house. I think my landlord owns it though because the same people that cut our grass cut the grass inside that fence. I think he just bought the lot, but these houses are so close together. It's hard to tear it down because there's a high risk that it could fall over and hit this house or the house next to it.
You have to make it collapse inward. You have to
Yeah,
have someone that's a specialist.
like-
They're not doing
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Or is it
Exactly,
for
like-
sale or anything? Or are they doing
No, it's not for like. That's why I think he owns it because it's just there's never been a for sale sign in front of it. Someone owns it and takes care of the grass
Yeah.
because like I was saying, the same people that cut ours cut those.
It might just be one of those things where it's like you take care of the yard next to your house just so that your house doesn't look secondhandly shitty.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's true. I mean, shit, it could make your house look better if the house looks shitty. But some people are particular. But I don't know. Our landlord's kind of a freakazoid.
I
So.
mean, you have a fairly nice looking house anyway, so it's kind
Well, appreciate it. I don't own it.
I thank you
Wish
for,
I did.
Thank you for letting us be over here and enjoy the space. That's for sure.
Well, shit, guys, this has been fun.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful time. Thanks for having me back and Mel back. I think you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed myself today. Thank
And
you.
Jaron, shit,
Jaron's here
he's
with
right
us.
there.
Yeah. Sorry, Jaron.
It's been nice hanging out with everybody on the internet in our years together.
I have a hard time making eye contact with Jaron. It's just a little difficult. He's
Yeah.
such a handsome man.
I mean, you might slip into it, man. You may start stuttering on your words. Like,
You never know. You never know what'll happen.
The
on the
way.
internet.
is there a? So, do you have anything planned? Any more music videos? Any albums? Any music? Before we take off, is there anything to announce?
No.
It's okay. In the COVID age, it's totally fine to not announce anything.
Not currently. Jaron's got
announcements.
his Turkish song stuff he's working on, which is tight.
Ooh, what's the plug on that video? We'll get some more views on it.
It's not really like a thing to plug. A few years ago, I'd recorded like some. I'd recorded a cover of a 1970s Turkish psychedelic folk rock song and did an acoustic cover on YouTube. And we covered it for a little while as the band. And it gets a lot of. I don't really push it, but a lot of people comment on it from Turkey and have been like
20,000
asking
views.
It's 20,000 views. I'm not trying to push. I just did a thing and like. But every day, I got to translate comments and try to, respond and asking for like other videos. So I've been working on some new Turkish folk songs that I'm going to cover, and I'll be putting those out soon. But it's not really a thing that I'm plugging. Mel just wanted to plug it. But really, it's a thing that people in Turkey will be.
What's your YouTube?
maybe-
YouTube.
It's just my name. I don't have
Just
a-
Jaron
it's
Hall
Jaron
on
Hall,
YouTube.
but, yeah.
Jaron Hall YouTube.
I also just recently did a music video for King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard remix for them that they reposted from their official Facebook and to their email list.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool that they.
We were all tripping about
they
it.
yeah, they actually like shared it.
Really
That
cool.
blew up like crazy for a few days. That was interesting.
Well, and everybody also be on the lookout for our new project, The Holy Jelly.
Oh,
yeah.
Let's not forget. That's what we really talking about. That's gonna be our next podcast interview. Is what has come of Holy Jelly.
It's gonna be.
Dude.
We're gonna have like a cross with like a bite taken out with like jelly centered in it.
Or like a cross-shaped
Jelly
bear
cross.
claw.
or something.
Cross section of a cross. Cross across. Come across it.
Will be
You're already
crisscross.
on the bench, so.
I'm not
Just kidding.
just horrible. Horrible.
All right, y'all.
I can play
Well,
the spoons.
make sure everybody goes and follows Melmo Black on Instagram for tattoos. Julian, what's your handle, Julian?
Art by Jules.
Art by Jules for your piercing needs and tattoo needs at Vonstriga Art Parlor, Galveston, Texas. It's over on 61st Street. You may have to do a U-turn to get in the entrance. It's kind of a bitch, but you can get in there and get it.
Yeah, right. That's
I've done a couple
stupid-ass
U-turns.
reason.
Come sit on the couch.
Anything off 61st
watch some
is
Criminal
a pain in the
Minds.
ass.
Also, check out India Tigers in Texas, of course. El Lago, local band. Support local bands. I know we can't go to shows right now, but everybody, if there's merch for sale, get merch. If there's CDs for sale, get CDs. Vinyls. I know vinyls are more collectible nowadays. They're outselling CDs. It's wonderful.
Hell yeah.
And just like Jaron said earlier,
future.
if you don't know what to do with your ashes when you get cremated, get pressed into a vinyl.
Press them into vinyl.
It's the coolest thing ever.
Record a song or two and press them into a 45 that you can give to all your friends and loved ones.
You know, I'm gonna record a vinyl of me just going like, blah, blah, just yelling my ass off.
From beyond the grave.
Be like, I'm dead.
This is my favorite.
It's like, make sure you give this to my kids. They're just like, yeah, I'm dead now.
That'd be
Yeah.
so tight if I had that.
I never
from my
liked you. You were all
grandfather.
horrible.
If I had that from my grandfather, it'd be like my prized possession. It'd be my
Hey,
favorite thing.
okay. Funniest thing about
You
this.
guys want to check this out?
Last thing before we dip. I do have to shout out to my great grandfather, Von Mulkey. He totally made a mixtape before he died.
What?
Yeah, he
Nice.
because he started playing guitar later on in his life, and he actually got pretty good at it when he died. But he really loved like Merle Haggard and a bunch of old like country singers, and he loved doing karaoke when he remarried to this woman after my great grandmother passed away. But he went to the studio and just did voice covers of all of his favorite country songs. And you know, some of them were pretty good, some of them were kind of sketch,
Nice.
but like he dropped a whole mixtape, and he actually he passed away like 2 months after he dropped it.
Wow.
So you got this
Whoa,
mixtape?
that's
What you
kind
telling
of
me?
cool, dude.
Well, my grandmother,
That's awesome, man.
I have
That's
this,
so cool.
I have the CD case. My grandmother lost the disc,
Oh, my
and
God,
it really sucked. But she said it's somewhere in her boxes somewhere. But it's cool
Man,
knowing it's out there. But
if
I have
she-
the
If
box.
she ever comes across it, if you can like digitally like
Remaster that.
Well,
make
I
sure
have-
everybody has.
I have his CD case for it, and I need to call the recording company he did it at and see if they have it on file. Be like, hey, can you just
Wow, that would
can
be
you
so
burn me a copy of this and send it to me if you still got it? You know, like something like that.
Yeah.
But
That'd be cool.
but that was cool. Just
That'd
think,
be, yeah.
everyone encourage their grandparents to drop a mixtape, please.
Oh, if my grandparents are still around.
Or
It'd be
honestly,
honest.
everyone plan when they get old to drop a mixtape or something.
Oh
My dad.
God.
Speaking of drop,
Mic drop.
Mike drop Mel.
All right,
over
we're
here.
done.
I didn't even say it.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all coming out.
Hey,
We'll
thanks
see you
for
on the
having us.
next one.
Bye.
Yeah, for
Thanks.
sure, man.
There you
Thanks.
go.